What's good, everybody? It's Sage. We back in this joint. Today we're gonna be watching the trial of Thragg, VILTRUMS' final boss. Now, it's been a hot minute since I've watched the CJ Dachamp video, but it's definitely not my first time. One of my favorite content creators, and shit, Invincible been going crazy. Season 4 been wild as hell from the get-go. So, just watching two of my favorite things. Let's hop straight into this bitch.
Why is everyone so nervous about fighting this Thragg guy? No way he lives up to the hype.
No way.
A few moments later.
I got this.
Your life literally is as valuable
Oh, you hear the instrument?
as a summer.
You know
ant.
it's over.
Your life is nothing. You serve zero purpose. Because what are you here for? To worship me? Kill you.
Ricky! No. Free my brother Oliver.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, y'all already know what time it is. Court is now in session because it's time for a trial. And it is for none other than the crispiest Viltrumite in the galaxy. Viltrum's final boss, Grand Regent Thragg. So, y'all already know how this works. We got the evidence and it is ready to be presented. And my God, I gotta say this is some of the most damning evidence a character has ever had. So, without further ado, Exhibit A. Alright, let's get down to business. Exhibit A, Thragg's rise to power and his multiple atrocities. Now,
Like, bro, the thing is that they didn't even have to give him the backstory, bro. They could have just made him strong as hell, like a Broly type character, but they made sure to give him the depth to back that shit too, bro.
we actually got a glimpse of Thragg's backstory right here.
This
and
man got a
just
full
from
reason.
this backstory alone, you could already tell that Thragg was a crazy ass nigga because this man is responsible for multiple horrible atrocities. So let's start off with example 1. This one planet was trying to start a rebellion because they were fed up with the Viltrumites' rule. So they decided to blow some shit up and retaliate. So the Viltrumite higher ups, or Argall's council, whatever the hell you want to call them, had a meeting to discuss of what they should do about this rebellion. Now Krieg and Thetis were basically arguing the whole time because Krieg straight up proposed that they should just decimate the whole planet to show the strength of the Viltrum Empire and strike fear into the species that was trying to rebel. But Thetis, on the other hand, proposed that they shouldn't decimate
Bro, I love that Shaq meme, bro.
their planet because the Viltrumite rule over this species was cruel and inhumane. And he thought that since this species showed some type of pushback against their oppressors, that it was an act of strength and
I mean, yeah. Is it not? I mean, yeah, it is, bro. Like, even though they obviously weaker, it shows strength and shit. But I don't know if they would respect that, though. Because I don't think showing strength is enough for a Viltrumite to respect you. Like, we buddy now. Nah, bro, we are not cool.
Viltrum should respect it because their main core value was strength. Now, while they kept yapping, Argall decided to shut both of them up. Then he asked Thragg, "Young nigga Thragg, my crispy apprentice, what do you think we should do about this minor inconvenience?" And Thragg straight up said that these creatures were so weak that their weakness was an offense to the natural order of the universe. And we
Damn.
should educate them on why they're so ass. And after hearing Thragg's rant, Argall was like, "Now that is why you are my right-hand man. Tax them niggas 25% of their population."
Damn.
This man Thragg is responsible for this race losing 25% of their population. A quarter of these niggas was wiped off the map because Thragg thought they was weak as hell. Now, let's move into example 2. His first
That's just example 1. Holy fuck. And this is a 20-minute video. We only 3 minutes into this junk.
day is Emperor. Now, after Argall got assassinated and took a big ass shake to the
Got
skull
slimed.
of Optimus Prime, they had a massive funeral for this man, and it was broadcasted across the entire planet. So after Thragg was done giving the eulogy, he does what is quite possibly one of the craziest things a leader could ever do. He said that there is a sickness in our society, and it needs to be cut out. So he points at this melanated brother behind him and asks
Yeah, bro. It's up, bro. If you ever get pointed to by Thragg, bro, you know it's up, bro.
him, "You,
Throw in the towel.
I look fresh today."
I like your cut, G.
I don't believe you. He decapitated this brother for no reason at all.
Just to prove a point.
His head clean off to make an example out of him. So after he just murdered this dude in front of everyone, this man gets on the mic and says, "As my first command as Grand Regent, I, Thragg, hereby officially announce the first ever VILTRUM culling games. Seek out every single sorry ass nigga in our population and eradicate them. Purge every weak nigga from our population."
Bro, I can't lie though. The moment that this dude stopped talking, I'm about this bitch. Cause you mean to tell me that every one of these niggas is about to scrap all at once, bro? Hell no, I'm not a part of that. That shit gonna look like a goddamn cartoon where they got the motherfucking smoke and the hands throwing everywhere, bro. Hell no.
So after Thragg gave this speech,
I mean, but then again, where are you running? Viltrum is like, I mean, I guess it's pretty big, but there ain't a lot of places to hide.
Across the entire planet, and the Great Purge began. Viltrumites just started killing each other off one by one, so they could weed out every person they considered weak. And it wasn't just the adults doing it too; it was the kids as well. Look at them!
They jumping.
Jumping this little nigga. Bro got jumped by 3 other kids that got stomped out to death. This was just straight up horrific, and I'm gonna keep it a bean. This had to be one of the worst.
What are we talking about?
Weak or not? Because what this was a battle royale. Anything can happen.
That's dead ass a battle royale. This is not proving anything. We're not running ones. We're just sliming everybody. Like, imagine 4 weak Viltrumites going against 1 strong Viltrumite. I mean, then again, it ain't way too equal, cause nah, bro, cause imagine you got Thetis, you got Nolan, you got Mark, and you got, let's say, Steve Harvey. You got those 4 Viltrumites versus Conquest. Even though Conquest rank higher than them, they stomping Conquest because that's 4 of them, bro. They all jumping. Now, if we talking Thragg, though, that's a whole different story. This dude's a final boss. Ain't nobody touching him. There is not a party that you gonna be able to throw in Thragg dungeon, bro. Not
literally
one.
Get cheap kills off of niggas for third partying another 1v1.
Literally.
10 times better.
The fucking bush camp is accurate, bro.
Wait until their 1v1 was over and they were at half HP. And just come behind them and sneak their ass. Like, this shit is stupid. And God forbid a nigga ran into a motherfucker like Conquest, because that was just instant death. It didn't matter how strong you were if you ran into that nigga. That is just straight
The
up
fucking Diddy oil, oh my god.
bad RNG. And at the end of this purge that Thragg started, it led to half of their population getting wiped out.
Half? What are we on about?
Died because of this purge. And
Billions?
Billions of bodies are on Thragg's head, because he literally commanded them to do this. And now we're at our 3rd major atrocity, and that was his invasion on Telescria. This nigga,
Hear me out. All of that happened because one person got slimed out. There is a sickness among us because of Thetis. He is the whole reason that, I mean, I guess I can't blame him for everything, because it's him and Thragg's fault that the billions died. But god dang.
pulled up in
They
a
bad with
big-ass
it.
Star Destroyer and started burning this city to the ground and destroying everything. Millions of innocent people were getting boomed and vaporized, while this man was just sitting in his ship and looking down on all this death and destruction. And there is a high probability that this man would have probably just scorched the whole planet if Mark and friends didn't destroy his ship and make him tweak out about losing Argol's skull. But I think that we can all agree, after looking at these 3 atrocities, that this man Thragg is just a straight up space tyrant, because there is nothing more that this nigga loved to do than conquer civilizations and spread bloodshed wherever he went.
You're not wrong. Alright, so far we got mass murder, killing 25% of a population. Killing a random black man, just a microaggression for whatever reason. Mass murder stated a purge to wipe out half his own race. Mass murder, invading Telescria, killing millions of others. And these are just the on-screen things, by the way. This is what we know of. Only 6 minutes in.
Exhibit B.
Smart founders know something most people miss.
Oh,
Get your domain name
no.
even if you're not ready to launch your business. With Wix,
We're gonna have to cut it out.
Alright. Exhibit B. Putting the
You know what? I ain't even cutting it out. We leaving it.
Man, oh man.
You get extra ads.
People that were calling Thragg a fraud before episode 7
Damn.
was just flat out insane. Like, we're now in a era where if a new character ain't doing some shit like ore farming and putting belt to ass to niggas in the first 5 minutes of their screen time, they're putting them on fraud watch. People were actually calling him a fraud before he even threw his first punch. Now, if you were a part of the crowd that was calling Thragg a fraud before all this happened, all is forgiven. As long as you sign this document and turn it in by the end of the trial. Now, everyone should have known Thragg was all about that action the moment the coalition pulled up to VILTRUM. Cause they pulled up searching for this man just for him to meet them at the front door. Bro said, you ain't even gotta search for me, gang. I'm right here and I'm ready to throw down. So Thula comes from behind and sneaks Status in the back, and all the other Viltrumites end up surrounding them. Cause Thragg set up an ambush because he knew they were gonna try to track him down and kill him on Viltrum. So he sicks his minions to start jumping the coalition while he just straight up sat back.
Bro, Battle Beast got done so dirty here. I just had to side yap about this, bro. He can't fight in space. If he was able to throw hands anywhere else, Thragg would have been so occupied whole time, there's no telling how the story would have went.
And watch them fight.
That would have been so
this
different.
Dude didn't even bother to move from the spot he was in until Space Racer shot his infinity ray at him. And all he did was move back a couple of inches. This man didn't give a flying f about a laser that would one-shot him. He just straight up had the confidence to know that that shit wasn't hitting him. So the first person to actually try to fight him was Omni-Man. So Nolan flew in and tried to hit him, but all Thragg did was move back a couple of inches again.
Bro, imagine this, bro. You go to swing on somebody, bro. Like, you go to swing on somebody and they don't even step. They just shift backwards slightly from your punch and you miss, bro. You just lost everything. Every bit of aura that Nolan possibly had from before, generational debt. That shit was handed down to Oliver and Mark. Generational aura debt.
Make Nolan hit straight air. Then Thragg flew above him and winded up a punch from the heavens. And if you take a look at Nolan's face,
yeah, I was finna say, did you peep that face, bro? He know what's coming.
Right here, you can tell that he is clearly thinking,
damn, he really about to rock my shit.
Thragg punched this nigga Nolan so hard he turned into a living, breathing meteor and made him crash all the way down on the surface of VILTRUM. So after Thragg hit Nolan with a stage change, Thragg came down and tried to hit Nolan with some good old talk no jutsu. He was telling him, Nolan, big dog, come home. Why are you fighting for these sorry ass, weak ass niggas? Thetis is sorry ass killed our emperor and brought us to damn near extinction, and you wanna align with that Autobots roll out sounding ass nigga? But Nolan tried to tell Thragg that he was a changed man now, and he was done sipping from that VILTRUM Kool-Aid to be a brainwashed space tyrant. So after Nolan tried to get Thragg to stop and surrender, Thragg looked at Nolan dead in the face and said, oh, Nolan, how far you fallen. Looks like that Earth Coochie really made you a soft ass nigga. So Thragg winds up a punch that was so strong it created.
Mind you, I hate that I keep pausing this, but I have to. Bro, mind you, Omni-Man stood at the edge of a fucking black hole like these. Sad and depressed. Not even trying. Dude is sitting here trying his hardest to keep his footing and not get sucked in by this Aang-ass attack. This Avatar The Last Airbender looking attack, bro.
Vortex. And he hits Nolan with a Shoryuken from hell that sent Nolan flying all the way back up into the
Hit him with a Vegeta final impact. If you know that, then you know ball.
stratosphere. So after Nolan got sent back to outer space, the next person that tried to step up was everyone's favorite useless purple punching bag, Oliver. Now before we observe what happens to this half-insect buffoon,
mind you, Omni-Man warned him, no matter what, you are not strong enough. None of us are strong enough to fight Thragg one-on-one. I, your father, am not strong enough to beat this nigga. Please do not fight him. He will kill you. What does Oliver do the fucking second that he gets an opportunity to meet Thragg? Tries to fight him. Let's run the clip.
I want y'all to hear exactly what Oliver says 20 minutes before this fight starts. Roll the clip.
Why is everyone so nervous about fighting this Thragg guy? No way he lives up to the hype.
Now, as we can see, Oliver is basically representing everybody that put Thragg on Fraud Watch.
Yep.
He himself was not believing in all the hype, even after his dad straight up told him, however strong you think you are, Thragg is stronger. But
What did I say?
being a hard-headed
What did I
ass
say?
nigga and not listening to any of the warnings about Thragg, ended
Nothing.
up being on the receiving end of one of the most brutal scenes in the series. Oliver flew in to
Oh,
punch
God.
Thragg, but Thragg stops
I don't even
him
wanna see
with
this.
one hand. Then he crushes Oliver's hand and grabs him by the arm when he tried to get away. And you
You thought you was going somewhere? No. You gonna learn this lesson. You gonna learn this lesson, bro. He had to learn this.
could see it in Oliver's
This
face
had
when
to
he
happen.
finally realized that he fucked up. And he should have listened to his pops the whole time. But it was all too late for him. Thragg backhands Oliver so hard, his jaw falls off and his left arm got snatched.
God.
Imagine being able to build anything just by thinking about it. Meet Base
Pray for me.
44. A
These ads is getting me.
Attempted murder and tackle on the child abuse. This nigga Oliver is the most useless person on this squad. He was a waste of space. And I already know some of y'all gonna be like, but CJ, what about Tech Jacket? You see, at least Tech Jacket knows her role. Sit in the back line, shoot your Viltrumite debuff darts at him, and get your assist. She's
Yes.
being a good support character. Oliver, on the other
She's playing support.
hand, is that one brain dead DPS on your team that goes into a fight alone, dies, and that's where the team was at as he's feeding the other team. This
No fucking cap. I was just finna say this shit.
nigga is just straight up garbage. This little nigga was talking crazy as hell, all for him to get his jaw broken off and not being able to talk again for the foreseeable future.
That's how it happens.
Trash can, bro. So after Oliver got humbled by Thragg, Mark tried to rush in on Thragg with a rage boost, all for Thragg to flash him with one of the craziest impact
A reverse impact frame, by the way. You do not see these.
frames of all time, then stopping his punch with his hairline. Then after he showed Mark his fresh lineup,
And hear me out. He has a hairline and a barber that not even the Emperor himself was able to have. That's aura, bro. That's aura.
got right before this
Don't
battle,
know other
he gives him
Viltrumite
a
got
left
that.
and a mean-ass gut check, then grabs him by the neck and pip
Damn.
slaps him out of Viltrum's orbit. Look at the impact frame of this man getting the shit slapped out of him. He slapped the taste out this nigga's mouth and made his whole head do a 180 before his whole body
He gave him whiplash.
put in reverse. Not gonna lie, gang, just for this, I'm giving him an extra attempted murder because this pimp slap was uncalled for, bruh. So damn disrespectful.
Oh,
Then
bro.
after he pimp slapped Mark, he flew up to my glorious King Battle Beast, rocked him in his jaw,
Yeah.
then grabbed his jetpack, then threw him to a whole other solar system because we don't see him again for the rest of the fight. Just for doing that to my goat, that's attempted murder. Because throwing Battle Beast like a toy into deep space is actually insane. So since
Yeah, that actually is pretty fucking crazy.
everyone was getting
He wasn't even trying to see how strong he was. He just wanted to get him the fuck out of there.
dog walked by Thragg, they decided the best thing to do was to just destroy the whole planet. So Space Racer shot his infinity ray at the planet, and Mark, Nolan, and Thetis fly into the planet's core and blow it up.
I can't lie, bro. This scene actually made me sad. I don't know why, but I felt so bad watching them do this shit because I'm like, damn, you really having to destroy your whole shit. Imagine if Goku and Vegeta were like on Earth, they did their whole thing, everything's normal, bro, and like Planet Vegeta comes back or some shit, and then they have to go destroy that before it's a threat to Earth. That's basically what this is to me. I'm like, damn, those are my niggas, and they having to kill their own, bro. That's wild, bro.
So after these three blew up the planet, this sent Thragg
This is exactly what happened.
over the edge. This man looked directly at
Tears in his eyes, bro.
Thetis, locked onto his target like he was a heat-seeking missile, and ripped Thetis his head.
No foreplay. I choose death. Done. That's it.
Clean off of his shoulders. Ladies and gentlemen, that was just straight up murder. They just didn't even get a chance to react. All he saw in his last moments was Thragg's crispy ass hairline, blitzing him at Mach speed. Then he displayed his
Nah, bro, imagine that in VR. You got a 4K headset. You sitting there watching Thragg fly at your ass, bro. That is a different kind of jump scare.
Head to everyone, then crushed it into mush while telling everyone they're next. So after he
And he, did y'all see that?
crushed it into mush.
He got the blood on his teeth, bro. Ew. You having to taste that now.
So after he sent Optimus Prime back
RP
to the
Optimus,
Bayverse,
bro.
he grabs Nolan with no hesitation and just starts to lay.
Nah, rest in piss. I fucking hate him, bro. Fuck Datus. Fuck Optimus Prime.
The smackdown on this nigga while Nolan couldn't do anything. He couldn't fight back at all. Thragg then Loki
Each one of them damn things was a new concussion.
started hitting Nolan with the Superman and Justice 2 super move, just yo-yoing his body with punches. Then Mark came in and tried to help out, but he gets punched in the throat and he can't breathe anymore. So Nolan tried to attack, but he gets his
He couldn't even breathe to begin with. His shit's just fucked now.
wrist shattered. Then when Mark saw Thragg flying towards him, his fight or flight senses kicked in. Cause Mark hit the jets and just tried to skedaddle, but Thragg was chasing him and he was on his ass. Look at the expression on Mark's face right here.
And then pull back for back shots, bro. Come on. Come on, man. Come on, man.
Terrified.
We can't be doing this, Mark.
So Thragg grabs Mark and starts giving him ferocious.
That's what I'm talking about.
Then after he finished giving Mark
Yo, what is that image?
back shots,
Who
he
the
had him
fuck
hoist
made
it up,
that?
and he was about to end this man's existence right here. But Nolan
Damn.
comes in and saves Mark at the last second.
Mind you, that is the only punch so far that's done a fucking thing to him.
So after Mark got
So that does prove that Omni-Man's still stronger than Mark. Damn. Wait. So if Nolan could do that, at least I know that Conquest could knock him like with a punch. But damn, bro, he's still gonna get his ass ate. I can't lie.
save Mark ass.
Conquest getting wiped, all the Viltrumites getting wiped.
Dad, how do we beat him? And Nolan looked back at his
This face just reminded me of like the Tupac prayer thing, bro. Like y'all know that image, bro. That shit.
son and said, "Son, we're cooked."
You don't. You do not beat this. This does not get beaten, gang. I've seen this. Hold
That's
on.
the one. So if you're new to co-producer, you could really type in
Get past this
anything that
ad. Bro, I remember that I'd seen this motherfucking video about Nappa versus Thragg, bro. This is why I don't think that Nappa wins. And this is like not even thinking of in-game Conquest, or not, fuck Conquest. In-game Thragg. Like we're not even talking in the series. This version of Thragg holds up against Nappa. Even though Nappa scales above him, like power-wise, that nigga dumb as hell, bro. He lost to a Kaioken Goku who was like a third or fourth of his power, bro. Like, and it's only because he was stupid and arrogant. Thragg, bro, he's brutal. He's gonna fight you even if bro got his guts ripped out. We seen that with Battle Beast. I'm just saying, bro. People gotta quit downplaying my boy Thragg, bro. Him and that hairline can really do you wrong.
Lord have mercy, Thragg gave Nolan the Viltrumite special technique.
Yup.
That is just flat out attempted murder. Then Thragg grabbed Mark by the neck again and gave him a head, but that was probably heard around the cosmos. Then he started to squeeze his head, and he was going to crush Mark's head just like he did to Thetis. But at the last second, Thragg decides to stop because he realized that too much Viltrumite blood has been spilled. So he lets Mark off the hook and leaves him for dead in space with his father and his brother.
You know what I also find crazy? Is that Thragg has so much respect for Mark for no fucking reason at all. I guess it's because Mark actually had balls and he wasn't like stupid with his balls. He had balls at the right moments when he needed to. Oliver, he had balls at the wrong moments. But hear me out. He had respect enough to pull up on Earth and like, you know, talk to Mark straight up like he's the leader of Earth, basically. Like Mark's the fucking representative. He didn't talk to Omni-Man up in space. He ain't want to talk to nobody else. He ain't talk to Cecil. He ain't talk to nobody. He could have done all of that just taking over Earth by himself. He had respect enough to give Mark an option, bro. That's wild.
This man Thragg shut those fraud allegations up real quick, cause he just straight up wiped the floor with
Yo.
everyone.
I don't know what's up with that little freak ass ad, bro.
Omni-Man got left with his guts hanging out. Mark got put into another coma, and Oliver had to get put in a Bacta tank with a new shiny mechanical jaw and a prosthetic arm to go with it.
Fuck.
Exhibit C. All right, ladies and gentlemen, we have reached our third and final exhibit. Exhibit C, PTSD and holding Earth hostage. Now, after Thragg put belt to ass to the coalition and left the whole
This shit got so bad, bro. It was tricking me. Like,
family for dead in space, Mark thought they were going to go to Earth and destroy everything. So when Mark finally recovered from the
y'all hear that FNAF 2 music? That's
beating
ball.
that Thragg gave him, it is revealed that Mark got his ass beat so bad, he got PTSD. But not just your regular PTSD. This nigga Mark got specifically post-thragmatic stress disorder. Not gonna lie, I think we haven't seen a case of PTSD this severe since Slade did
That's actually crazy. He just gave it its own definition. WCJ,
shit to
bro.
Robin. Cause Mark was tweaking out so hard he was seeing things just like Robin was. So let's go through some of the examples real quick of how severe this actually was. Example 1. Mark finally comes back home to see his mother for the first time after the war. So this was supposed to be a heartwarming moment, but it goes south real quick. While Mark was talking to his mom, he looked away for like 1 second. And when he turned around again, he sees Debbie getting choked out by Thragg. And Thragg tells him, "This is the smallest repayment for what you did," and rips Debbie's head.
And this points at two things. Like, I know I'm taking away from a lot, but this points at two things this moment. That Mark is feeling guilt for what he did, and on top of that, feeling fear for what he did to Thragg. Because Thragg's gonna fuck his shit up. Or that's what he thinks.
Not gonna lie, this shit got me for a quick second. Cause this happened so fast it felt like a jump scare. Bro really thought for a second that he saw his mother get her head ripped off before he finally snapped back into reality. But this was only his first post-thragmatic stress disorder episode, because there were more to come. Example 2, Mark and Eve were having a very important conversation about how life's been for her since Mark left. And she was about to give him the whole lore dump of what all happened when he left. So right before she was about to tell Mark that she was pregnant, she gets her head snatched by Thragg. And Thragg starts to hold her up above Mark and tells him, "You took away what I loved. Now I'm taking what you love, little nigga." So he starts to gouge her eyes out and crush her face.
Bro, it's so fucking, like, vivid, bro. Like, the little scratches and everything, bro. Chill. Chill. Robert Kirkman? Who the fuck is you, bro?
Ends up popping out of her head before he finally kills her in front of Mark. And throws her lifeless body right back at him. This nigga Mark was going through hell. He was living a nightmare because he couldn't tell if this was real or not.
Like, bro, Thragg fucked Mark up almost as bad as Zack's death fucked Cloud up, bro. Like, if you know what I'm talking about, you know what I'm talking about.
Snap this man out of the genjutsu that he was stuck in because he was actually stun locked. Now,
fuck the ads.
Let's observe example
I gotta
3.
get an ad blocker.
Mark is giving a debrief to Cecil about the war and was low-key about to ask him for a therapist. Now, while their conversation continued, Mark closed his eyes, and the moment he looked back up, he sees Thragg giving Cecil the Viltrumite special move. And while he had his body lifted up, he told Mark, "Just to let you know, I'm still in your head, and not even therapy can repair the shit I did to you." Then he throws Cecil's lifeless body to the side like trash. And after this, Mark just started hyperventilating because he was having a panic attack mid-PTSD till Cecil finally calmed this nigga down and brought him back to reality. So after Mark went through like 3 post-thragmatic stress disorder episodes, Mark decided to go on a flight to clear his head. And while he was out flying, he sees Thragg again.
When I seen this moment, bro, I just felt the difference between the last 3 ones. I was like, nah, bro, this one a little different.
So Mark, thinking he's having another episode, closes his eyes and starts to think in his head, "This is not real, this nigga's not here. This is not real, this nigga's not here. This is not real, this nigga's not here." So when Mark opens up his eyes again, Thragg was still there. And he told him, yes, little nigga, we indeed are here. And this was when Mark finally realized that the Thragg standing in front of him was indeed the real Thragg.
Fucking diamond tester. Yo, I love this dude CJ, bro. How the fuck does he think of this shit? Or his editors, I mean, whoever the fuck does this shit. I love it.
To hit Thragg over and over again. But Thragg just took all of this with no reaction. Then palmed Mark's face and threw him back to where he started. Then Thragg...
Hey, that's respect, though. You blew up my planet. And you have the audacity to come, like, dramatically throw some hands at me emotionally, bro. Like, the least he could do was throw him back with some disrespect.
Thragg told him, stop, little nigga. I didn't come here to fight. I came here to talk. So Thragg gives this man a little smile, then tells...
That's actually so this is respect. Like, how does Mark not notice this?
Mark, here's how this is about to go down, little nigga. You took our home, so now we're taking yours. So from this day forward, we will be using Earth as a breeding ground to repopulate our forces and rebuild our empire. And don't worry, they've already started. Krieg done cracked like 6 of your Earth homes already. That one-out motherfucker.
My boy Krieg, he living his life. I don't care, bro. That boy found the Marlboro Reds. He done found the goddamn iPads. He done found the shorties. He's cracking now. He found a motorcycle. He's living his best life. That nigga's not going back to Viltrum gang. Yeah, I ain't gonna lie to you.
Is having the time of his life.
Let's be honest.
Now. And Lucan is already famous. He's been hosting this show called Family
fucking Steve Harvey
under an alias name, Steve Harvey or some shit. But that's besides the point. What you need to know is this, little nigga. You're going to let us coexist with you. And if you don't, we will rip this planet in half. Also, I will need to acquire the location of your planet's best barbers. Their services will be needed. So Mark has to agree because he basically has no choice. And Thragg officially takes the entire planet of Earth as hostage and turns it into a Viltrumite breeding farm.
The thing is, though, that he did leave out the respectful part is that he said he wasn't gonna cause no harm. The nigga wasn't gonna slime nobody out. They was gonna do their thing. They was gonna get the fuck up out of there. That was the plan. Damn. I forgot Exhibit B, but psychological harm, murdering Devi, murdering Eve, murdering Cecil, taking planet Earth hostage. God dang.
The verdict.
Let's hear it.
Ladies and gentlemen, after observing all of this evidence and tallying up this long list of charges, this is a pass with flying colors. This man Thragg belongs in the elite category for menaces.
Yeah.
Charges in 3 episodes, gang. That is like a new record for Charles or some shit.
God.
This is just the tip of the iceberg because the files on this man are going to continue over the
They're still going. This is only our first impression of Thragg, chat.
years. So with that being said, hope y'all enjoyed. And until our next trial that is coming up very soon, I bid y'all farewell.
Hey, I hope y'all enjoyed too. Make sure to check out CJ Dachamp's content and everything like that. Make sure to like up his video. It's at 7,000. I'm sorry for any background noise that I may have going on. I can't really, stop that, but I appreciate y'all for tuning in. And make sure to like, subscribe, do all that good shit, bro. Turn on noties. We're going to be posting a little bit more often from now on. Gonna try at least. And appreciate y'all again. That's Sensei, y'all.